And we are live. Hey there, welcome to Creative Crusade, my ongoing art journey. If you want to stay up to date with me and learn alongside with me, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can do that in real time. Hey there, welcome to Creative Crusade, my ongoing art journey. If you want to stay up to date and learn alongside with me, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can do so. Alright, so this video's lesson is organic intersections, and this one's actually pretty fun to do. It's pretty laid back, pretty chill. So to start off with, you can either go landscape or portrait in your orientation of your page. And essentially you just start just like in the organic forms, I think it was, where you just draw a sausage. You're essentially drawing a bunch of sausages in space on top of each other, and it can be quite entertaining or relaxing, or it can be something. So let's just start by drawing a fat, thick sausage. And just like in that last one exercise, you do draw the contour lines. My angle is not correct. I need to go out wider. And you can also add in, there's another way you can add these kind of form shapes, which is just like this. You can just essentially follow the form kind of like that, and it is showing it more in 3D space, if that makes sense. And since this one is going to be on the ground, I can add a little cast shadow if I want. Something like that. And I would recommend going over that with like a brush pen, just so you don't burn out all the ink in this. But it's nothing fancy, just a nice little shadow. Alright, so now you have your first one. Now you can add more. And you want to generally keep them pretty simple, just like pretty simple, not too long, not too fat, or just more basic shapes at first. You can experiment with more difficult shapes if you want to, but I would recommend just sticking with basic ones for the first couple exercises. So next, let's draw one that's kind of flopped over on this, so it's kind of like it's here in the back, whoops, and here in the front too. See, that was pretty bad, but so essentially this is behind this thickum sausage, which means, so it would come like that. That one's probably not the best example to do. I'd probably just throw another one, like I'd probably do one like this instead of ones like that, because that's kind of confusing to do. And you essentially just stack up the pile. I like to think of them as body bags. So you're just throwing up the big pile of body bags that you got going. Maybe we got one that's wedged in between those two, just to show that form a little better. I'm gonna shove another thickum up here. Whoop. See, that was probably not the best one. Try to keep it more sausage shape, less peanut shape, but it still works. It's just a little bit more difficult to deal with at first if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, I just recommend doing the more simple stuff at first, because it's simpler, easier to understand. So let's go ahead and add one more. So I like to just build them all up first and then go back with a cast shadow. And when doing your cast shadow, be sure to think about how that cast shadow would actually look. Don't because this is a curved shape, it's going to have a curved shadow on another curved shape. So it's not going to be just like this. Because they're both curved, this is also overhanging a little bit. It's going to be down a little more. If that makes sense, because they're not touching right there anyway. And you'll kind of figure it out as you go. But I just like to go in after and add those cast shadows. Maybe this one's on top here. So just kind of reinforce that line. That's kind of bad, but you kind of have to decide which one's on top, or you do decide. And this is terrible. I need to use my shoulder. But yeah, you can just add in more cast shadows like this. See, so this one's overhanging. And if you just go through and reinforce your lines, kind of, probably not with the brush pen, but reinforce it just to show, like, just like in the form intersections, to see which one, to help identify which is actually in front. I think that was probably too much, but then we got a cast shadow here. So this one's up front. So this one's on top, so following the form. It just gives you a visual hierarchy. I don't know, this one's a little messy, but you can add as many more shapes as you want. Just as long as they're kind of flopping around on each other. It really helps build your ability to have more forms in space with each other relative to each other. So yeah, it's a pretty simple exercise. Kind of fun to do. So go ahead and go do it now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.